Thank you.
The Savage Nation. It's Savage on demand.
The tape you are about to hear is an example of what was done in communist Russia, what is done in China to political dissidents. Vermin in the media, like the Washington Post, like Carl Bernstein, that used up piece of garbage hack, took a selectively edited, stolen transcript of a 1-hour conversation by the president, which was supposed to be confidential, with the Georgia Secretary of State, and chopped it up to make it sound like he was trying to blackmail him or bribe him. You got to listen to this to hear what communism actually sounds like. Listen.
We have won this election in Georgia based on all of this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, Brad. You know, I mean, having a correct, the people of Georgia are angry. And these numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night, along with others that we're going to have by that time, which are much more substantial even. And the people of Georgia are angry. The people of the country are angry. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, you know, that you've recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
Now, do you think it's possible that they shredded ballots in Fulton County? Because that's what the rumor is. And also that Dominion took out machines. That Dominion is really moving fast to get rid of their machinery. Do you know anything about that? Because that's illegal.
Ryan, Germany. No, Dominion has not moved any machinery out of Fulton County. We're having.
Well, but have they moved? Have they moved the inner parts of the machines and replaced them with other parts?
No.
You sure, Ryan?
I'm sure.
You should want to have an accurate election, and you're a Republican.
We believe that we do have an accurate election.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have. Not even close. You're off by hundreds of thousands of votes. You know what they did, and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense, and you can't let that happen. That's a big risk to you and to Ryan, your lawyer. That's a big risk. But they are shredding ballots, in my opinion, based on what I've heard, and they are removing machinery, and they're moving it as fast as they can. Both of which are criminal fines, and you can't let it happen, and you are letting it happen. I'm notifying you that you're letting it happen. So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state. So tell me, Brad, what are we going to do? We won the election, and it's not fair to take it away from us like this. And it's going to be very costly in many ways. And I think you have to say that you're going to re-examine it, and you can re-examine it, but re-examine it with people that want to find answers, not people that don't want to find answers. For instance, I'm hearing Ryan, and he's probably, I'm sure, a great lawyer and everything, but he's making statements about those ballots that he doesn't know. But he's making them with such, he did make them with surety, but now I think he's less sure, because the answer is they all went to Biden. And that alone wins us the election by a lot, So.
Mr. President, you have people that submit information, and we have our people that submit information, and then it comes before the court, and the court then has to make a determination. We have to stand by our numbers. We believe our numbers are right.
Well, under law, you're not allowed to give faulty election results, okay? You're not allowed to do that, and that's what you've done. This is a faulty election result. And honestly, this should go very fast. You should meet tomorrow, because you have a big election coming up, and because of what you've done to the president, the people of Georgia know that this was a scam. And because of what you've done to the president, a lot of people aren't going out to vote. And a lot of Republicans are going to vote negative because they hate what you did to the president. Okay? They hate it. And they're going to vote. And if you would be respected, if this thing could be straightened out before the election. You have a big election coming up on Tuesday.
This is a repeat of history. This is a repeat of the Mueller pogrom against Trump. This is a repeat about the big lie about Russia controlling Trump. This is a repeat about every lie told about Trump, and they're doing it on the cusp of the most important election in history, which is after the presidential election, which is the Georgia runoff, where if the communists get control of those 2 Senate seats, Kamala Harris will run this country like a concentration camp. What you're about to hear is a hack from the Watergate era, someone who is basically from the crypt of the socialist past. Carl Bernstein is a useless, leftover hack from the Watergate era, still trying to live on the fumes of the Nixon years, saying that the Trump tape, which is an edited, stolen tape, is worse than Watergate. No, Carl, you're worse than Watergate. Let's listen.
It's not deja vu. This is something far worse than occurred in Watergate. We have both a criminal president of the United States in Donald Trump and a subversive president of the United States at the same time in this one person, subverting the very basis of our democracy and willing to act criminally in that subversion.
Carl Bernstein is a criminal, in my opinion, and a subversive, in my opinion. He has been both a criminal and a subversive, in my opinion, ever since the Watergate era, which is why he's still employed and is still listened to. Who would listen to this criminal subversive other than psychotics? The next soundbite on the Savage Nation podcast is Kamala Harris, as you well know, unqualified at any speed. She only pulled 2% during the primaries, and now she's going to be president after they put the psycho in a wheelchair into his old age home. She is now saying that Trump's call to Raffensperger was a bald-faced, bold abuse of power. She should know very, very well what a bold lie is and what abuse of power is, since that is how she came to power to begin with. Let's listen.
Have you all heard about that recorded conversation? Well, it was, yes, certainly the voice of desperation. Most certainly that. And it was a bald-faced, bold abuse of power by the President of the United States.
I don't know where she recorded this, outside some car rally, some car rave, some thugs in cars blowing horns. That's where she belongs. But nevertheless, this person who comes from the most corrupt political machine in American history, far worse than anything we've ever seen, out of the San Francisco machine that has destroyed this once great golden state and turned this golden state into a beholden state, has the nerve to say that what Trump did was an abuse of power. I rest my case. The next soundbite is one